The funny thing is, like, you could just do whatever you want to do. And my wife is she was like a very good student in school, and she like got really good grades, and she was always on time, and she's just like a rule follower. And you know me, dude. I'm the opposite.
So funny.
I'm the opposite. When we go to Disneyland with the kids, she's like waiting in the line for 2 hours, and I just cut the line. And she's like, "Hey, you can't cut the line." And I was like, "Hey, listen, nobody with a name tag's telling me what to do." You know, like, if you got a name tag, bro, that's it. Like, you find somebody who doesn't have a name tag, then I'll listen. But like, I'm just the opposite, and I think the world is for the people who just don't care about the rules and make their own rules and do it anyways. And then the world changes. I really think that.
I'm the same. And it's funny because my wife is very similar too. She's very rule following.
Yeah.
And I'm more just like, there's a fence there so you can jump it, you know,
yes,
or whatever. Right. It's like,
that's
like, for everyone else.
It's like when you wait in traffic and you're getting off at the exit and you're like turning, and like 100 cars are they're just waiting there to get off at the exit. And you're just like, yeah, I'm just going to drive on the next lane right next to it in the center lane. I'm going to drive for 3 minutes, cut out 30 minutes of traffic, and then just put my turn signal on.
So it's funny you say that.
You know?
Literally yesterday.
And I think to myself, and they tell me this, but I think like in the middle of the aisle, like I would kill myself if I had sat there for 30 minutes smoking a cigarette. Like I hate my life. And I just watched some guy go like, yeah, I'm going to spend 0 time in this line and just put my signal on.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm not kidding you. Literally yesterday, I was in traffic. Traffic in the Tri-Cities is not that bad, but I was in traffic, and on the right side, right, all these cars were lined up, not giving any space to this one car that was in the turn lane trying to go across the traffic, right? Then yellow lines, other side of traffic, nobody's coming, and I'm like, I'm not going to sit here. That light's turning green. I'm out of here. Otherwise, I'm not going to get through because they are waiting. So nobody's getting through. So it's just jammed, right? Whoop, went around, got in. You see her face. She's looking at me like, you know, and I'm just like, go around. I hit the green light. I'm gone. I'm like, I'm not sitting here.
Yeah.
I'm not waiting. Do this.
We're a semi-permeable membrane. You know what that is?
I mean,
yeah. So you just go through whatever you want. Semi-permeable. You know, some people get in, some people don't. We're the people that get in. So number one, I think the rules are malleable. Rules are like there for everybody else, but I don't think that the rules are there for us. Yeah. I don't. The second thing is I genuinely don't care what other people think. And this is a new development I've had in the last couple years. I used to be like, oh, what would Mary think if she saw me wearing these douchey sunglasses? You know, would Mary be so? And now I think like I don't care. I want to wear them. I want to wear them. If I don't want to wear them, I won't wear them, and that's that. And it's not about the sunglasses. It's about anything. Like if you have a vision for something, who cares what other people think? Like literally, who cares? I can't remember anybody's name I went to high school with. I barely had friends in college, and I barely remember their names. Right?
I don't have that. I'll be honest.
You don't have that?
I wish I did. So part of
you care about what people think?
I tend to care. Yeah, I would say yes.
You do?
I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah, no, be honest. Why?
Like, I think there are parts of me where I don't. There are times when I don't, for sure. There's obviously times I don't. But then there's a lot of times where either subconsciously or whatever, it grabs me, and it will pause me for a minute. If I'm like, I was like, probably should, you know.
Does it bother you if people don't like you, or does it bother you if people, if you feel like you hurt somebody's feelings or whatever?
I think it used to bother me more. I think I'm starting to realize more and more that it really doesn't matter. I've had these conversations with other people, you know, Daryl, and like, it's funny, right? There's certain situations when I was a manager, like when we were building our company up, right? There was a point, I remember there was a point where I had to kind of like make this decision of like, I am not here to be your friend, right? Or whatever. But I also wasn't like, I'm going to be an a-hole and just screw you and you do exactly what I like. That's not what I do. That's not how I run things. But I think there was a point where it's just like, this is about the business. This is what we're doing. This is the direction we're going.
As a leader in a business, I think it's a little bit different. I mean, like, you should care what people think. I mean, I think so. but but like in life, I don't think that I have to be at the behest of anybody's convenience, or I don't have to meet anybody's expectations.
I would agree with that.
Right.
I think the only thing that matters is like your unit, like your family or whatever. Right?
There are,
like
yes.
that matters, right? But outside of that, I'm with you.
That's
it's
what I mean.
Like, whatever. You don't like me? I don't care. Like, I don't live with you. I don't have to deal with you, you know, that kind of thing. And sometimes, you know, I have a 5-year-old daughter, and sometimes I wish she would like me, you know. That one is a little bit trickier sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'm with you 100%. I agree with you.
Yeah. Because you know the people at church that look so good on paper, and then they go home and they hate each other. Right? I'd rather not just have that.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't want to do that.
So, and yeah, the other thing in business and in life is that when you're authentic and honest, you don't have to ever pretend. And what I mean, like, if you are just, nobody expects anybody to be like a superhuman. If you say like, look, I want to evolve too, as a leader in the house, as a leader in the business, as a friend, I want to evolve. I want to get better. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm just front loading that so we have clear expectations. If I could do something better, let me know. Like, I want to evolve. It takes the burden away from you feeling like you have to be the king and know all the answers, because you could do that for a little bit and then it becomes almost like a charlatan.
Yeah.
Because nobody has all the answers.
Well, and I think it holds you back, right? I think you create a environment almost where, to your point, I mean, you said it earlier, right? It hinders you, it pulls you back, it holds you back. And I think you miss, because you're closed-minded at that point, right? Trying to answer everything, trying to be the guy or whatever.
The other thing that I just wanted to say, and your story specifically, it's like, I used to think that there was preordination for how somebody's life is supposed to go. And I heard this story about this case study about twins. And the twins had a father who was an alcoholic and a drug addict and an abuser. And they went to one of the twins when he was like 40, and he lived in shambles, had some horrible job, lived paycheck to paycheck, no savings, horrible relationship. And they said, why did this happen? He says, well, my father was an alcoholic and an abuser. And, how could that not happen to me? Like, it's from the beginning. So they went to the other brother, like you, super successful, sold his company for hundreds of millions of dollars, has a wonderful family. He says, how did this happen? And the guy had the same exact answer. How could it not? My dad was an alcoholic and an abuser. Same exact story, but a different way that they related to that story. One of them felt like they were trapped by that story, and the other one was inspired as a catalyst from that story. So like circumstantially, same circumstances, two very different outcomes. And I think it has to do with your framework of reality and what you think that you're capable of.
Yeah. No, I love that. I agree with you.